yeah, working with a teenager who had been, I guess, quite avoidant of talking about their stuff. She had talked about always been talking about what she does to cope with things, and I was trying to encourage her to try to find what those feelings were that created the does. Like, what's the feeling, what happens inside you to create the does and create the behaviour. And one day we were halfway through a session and it was just all feeling a bit uncomfortable. Like it felt good to me because I felt like she was, that discomfort was about her starting to get in touch with those feelings, and it can be uncomfy if it's not a place that you've been before. And yeah, she just suddenly started talking about, you know, what when something happens and she goes to a physical place and she's able to close her eyes and process stuff. And so she started to describe that, and she said throughout that process, she said, "Oh, this is weird, isn't this is weird? What I'm saying is weird," you know. And it was almost like she was testing me to see if it was too weird for me what she was saying, because obviously for her it was huge, and I think that she had felt as though she was so weird and that no one would be able to hold on to these feelings that she had, and that it was all going to be too much for her. And at the end of the session, she talked about how amazing she felt that I was okay with her stuff. And it just, you know, after she'd walked out of the room, I had a little tear. And it just, you know, it just felt really good that she was able to see that about herself, that her stuff wasn't all that bad or all that weird, or even if it was, that there were people in the world who she could pass it to and who could hold it and, you know, look after it for her for a little while. And that's, you know, often that's what I do with teenagers is, you know, and I put it in those terms. If you've got stuff that you want to leave here, you know, you can leave it here and I can look after it for you, and we can talk about it again next time you're here. If it's really big and you don't want to take it away from this room, that's cool, you know, it can stay here. And I just, yeah, I felt it felt really awesome that had sunk in and that she'd been able to sort of get that concept. It took us a while to get there, but we were able to really freely explore how she processes her emotions in sessions after that, because she felt safe. And that, you know, it's that feeling of safety that I hope that clients are able to feel in the room with me, and that they're able to then take that away with them.